All right, friends, we're back at my dad's property on the north side. For those of you that are new to the channel, I have two campsites on my dad's property. One's on the southern end of the property, I guess you could call, middle southern end. We call that the back 40. The side of the farm I'm on right now is, I call it the north side because it's the north side of the farm. But I would like to establish a campsite here as well. We've stayed here many times on the channel, but there's really never been an established site. So we're gonna go look for that right now. And then later in the video, we got a good supper to cook, hopefully over a fire. Also, you can see got the old adventure rig, some new shoes. We're in full color here. I would say actually possibly even past prime. If not, we're right at the tail end of prime colors for fall. At this point now, I would say maybe half of the leaves, around half the leaves have fallen. Now my goal is to find something out in this woods. This is a 40-acre chunk of woods with no roads, no nothing through it. It's just solid 40 acres of woods. And then that little gravel road we turned in off of, that's the only road. And on the other side of that's another 15 acres of solid woods. Essentially, we're in a chunk of woods that is around 55 acres of just solid woods, with the exception of that very small gravel road going through it. My problem out here is going to be GoPro. It's kind of hard to tell on the GoPro, but this is all slanting downhill that way. So, like that would be level. But that's when I'm actually holding the camera level. Now on the GoPro it doesn't look bad, but this is definitely at a decent enough angle where it would not be fun in the truck. I could level it out and all, but it'd be nice just to find a level spot. Sadly, it doesn't really level out till up there, quite a ways. There's just no cleared road going up there. I don't know, the way it's looking, we might have to just make camp kind of back where we're parked. That is level there. Yeah, there's just nothing flat enough out here. As you can imagine, with 50 acres of just solid woods, the opportunities are endless for cool spots to camp. Then of course there's the other side of the farm that's got more woods and little openings and meadows and fields. This side up here is just all woods, but I have tons of spots. They're just not exactly accessible quite yet. I don't know if you can see that or not, but those are scrapes from a buck. I have been out bow hunting a few times. I'll be amping up the days per week that I'm hunting this coming week. It's just getting to that time of year where hunting's gonna get good. I do have a buck in mind that I have well, let's just say if he's within range and a good shot, we'll be eating good for a while. Plus I'll have a nice buck. I'll actually put a picture of him up right now while we walk back to the truck. Very unique. It's got two main beams on one side. Pretty cool. So, as you can see, the old truck, I don't know if I've told y'all, the rig does have a name. If any of y'all watch this have teenagers, stuff like that, then you might know about the singer Shaboozey. Well, we named the rig Shabloozy. Shabloozy is looking pretty good with those new tires. Facebook Marketplace find. I was due for new tires. And I was looking for tires and rims, or potentially just tires. These actually came up. They're not like a name brand tire, so who knows how long they'll last. But it was the set of rims and tires for $850, and the tires are new. As you can see, tires are brand new. Rims were chrome, and previous owner plasti dipped them. So some of the plasti dip is definitely peeling. That doesn't look the greatest, but 4 rims and 4 brand new 33 1250 R20s for $850. I mean, for a deal like that, you're almost losing money if you don't buy them. I think then what we'll do is we're going to clear some overhanging brush, because I want to get an established campsite here that we can just continue to come back to. And I think it's going to be right here. Truck can be parked there. Fire pit can be over here, kind of looking over that big old holler that it looks down into. So let's get started. Alright, I think that's good enough for now. There's way more to cut if I need to. So friends, since this is going to be a permanent, campsite, while I was cutting that branch up over there, I noticed that those 2 trees, make just an amazing spot to stack wood. So I'm actually going to stack all that wood that was there over there. And then I actually have another plan for that tree and that tree. Some of those saplings I cut up were still green, so I'll throw them in if we got a super hot fire or something, but certainly won't be starting the fire with it. All right, friends, I'm sure some of you have probably guessed what I'm going to use those trees for, but I've always wanted to use a hammock on the channel. We have 3 of them. Most of the time we just have them set up like at our house mainly for the girls to go out and hang out in and read books or do whatever, and the boys will play on them too. But I actually have some people give me quite a hard time on the YouTube about coming out on my dad's property and adventuring and just enjoying the property, because it's not far from my house. Some people have even accused me of camping in my backyard, basically. And what I say to that is, so what? It's obviously not my backyard. And hey, if they have woods or did have woods or land like this, to hang out on, they would too. And they do have it and they do the same thing. I just record my stuff and put all my stuff out there for y'all to enjoy or nitpick or whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me, because the bottom line is I'm out here enjoying it and 99% of you are enjoying it with me. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll be honest, friends. If I could spend every day out here, if I could just live out here, I would. Build a little cabin, off-grid, I'd do it. I'd bring y'all with. Guys gotta pay bills and stuff, you know. Friends, I'm gonna put this on my hat temporarily because I am just struggling with it. My mic. I am just like, it's right up, and I feel like my beard is making weird noises on it. Sorry if that grosses you out. Now don't laugh if I fall. Oh. Wow, friends. I think it was a mistake getting in here. Yep. I like that a lot. It's actually not windy out, so maybe I'll just take the fuzz thing off and then it won't be such a distraction. But I've noticed in my videos, if I have it over here and I look this way, it's weird. I want to be able to just, I don't want it so close. I want to be able to clip it down here, but without a zipper or something, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to buy some more of my little fire starters. And again, friends, they're just these little square things I get from Tractor Supply. They come in a kind of a rectangle sheet and you just break off the squares. Is this bothersome? If I start putting my mic up here, is that annoying, bothersome? Because I won't do it if it's like, I could see where this could get to some people. All right, so we've picked a spot. We picked our final spot to set up our permanent campsite on the north side of the farm. I want you guys to help me name it. Now, I've already had some names come through from the last time we were here, which we just camped in this general area, didn't actually make a campsite. You know, like the north side campsite. Yeah, that's an option. It's lackluster to say the least. So, I don't know. Y'all always amaze me at your creativity and your ability to let me know how to do things better. So let me know a good campsite name. A little context. This is in southwest Wisconsin. My dad's farm's roughly 200 acres. This is in a 50-acre chunk on the north side of the farm. I'll throw a couple more bigger pieces on just to get something going there, and then we'll actually throw a big piece on. See if that'll start. So while we're sitting here waiting for the fire to get going, I mean, it's clearly going, but I got to get some good coals. I wanted to show you a couple things that I just keep in the camper. They're not like survival things, but they're just fun things to keep in the camper. I guess one thing could be considered helping in survival, but now, a few videos back, I said I should at least have this in case I don't have a chainsaw or something, but this is a pocket chainsaw. So you can put that on your belt loop and you just wrap that around your hand, the handles on each end, and manual it back and forth. So, yeah, that might, you know, if you got a smaller tree that fell in your secondary road, or any road for that matter, keeping you from getting back out to civilization, that could make the difference right there. Maybe it even takes you a half an hour to saw through something. But that's better than being stuck out there for days. Another thing I keep on me, and I just don't know my trees too well. And I'm learning, you know. I know a lot of the common ones, but this is a Trees of Wisconsin field guide. Just kind of cool stuff on there. Shows you the leaf, picture of the leaf, and like this is paper birch. Tells you a bunch of information about it. What color they change in the fall, that kind of stuff. Poplar. White poplar. It also shows you a picture of the bark, the leaf. It just tells you all the things you need to know. The habitat. Now I also keep same type of deal, field guide, made by the same place, but this is Birds of Wisconsin field guide. So this is neat because it shows you a picture of the male and female, and then over here it shows you habitat, tells you all the information you need to know. So like right there, there's green, yellow, and blue, and yellow is migration, so that's where you can see them during their migration. Green is summer, that's where they live during the summer. And then blue is winter, which you can't really, well, maybe you can. Just a little sliver at the bottom there. But it just goes through all sorts of different birds. But I'd like to get more of these little field guides. They have all kinds of them. You know, like this one is Trees of Wisconsin, which I have. Mammals of Wisconsin. That one I wouldn't necessarily be too interested in. Wildflowers of Wisconsin, I'd be interested in that one. Birds of Prey, not really. I kind of know those. Reptiles and Amphibians, I'd be interested in that. Fish of Wisconsin, not so much. I kind of know those pretty well. And then wild berries and fruits. That'd be a nice one too. Another one that I keep on me is Travel Wisconsin mountain biking guide, or bike guide. So that'll show you a whole bunch of different places you can bike with on mountain biking and trail systems. And then this one I got as a gift from Lauren's mom, Hiking Wisconsin. And it's a guide to all the state's greatest hikes. Kind of tells you about them. So those live permanently in the truck camper. That way I can just get in there, get whatever I need at the timeout, and use it to my advantage. Oh, I did recently get a new tool, an EDC tool that I keep on me. I got myself a Leatherman Wave Plus, and so far it's just, I love it. It's got replaceable wire cutters right there. It's got 18 tools. It's made so that all your main tools are single hand open and shut. So that's cool. It's got, for example, that's the Phillips head. You can pop that out, flip it over. Now you got a standard screwdriver. Those all lock into place. They won't fold up on you. It's got a lever right here you push to fold it back down. I won't go through every tool on this because, well, let's be honest, there's hundreds of videos. If you want to learn more about the Leatherman Wave, not sponsored, clearly, channel's way too small. Then just type it into YouTube and you'll get literally hundreds of reviews that shows every little detail of this. It's all meant to be you know, when you first get it in the mail, it's all a little tight, but after you use it for a while like I have, it starts getting nice and loose, but not too loose. I mean, it's not just gonna like flip open. And then I just wear it on my belt in the little case that it came with. Oh, I will say that the little screwdriver tool, so the little screwdriver tool that comes out, Leatherman has a set that you can buy where you can put all sorts of different tools in this. You can even buy like a 1/4 inch, I think up to a 3/8 inch drive, 3/8 socket drive. So you can just, it's a little shaft and you can put 3/8 and 1/4 inch sockets on the end, depending on which one you have in here. This came in handy so many times already. I suppose some of y'all will notice that I've only put out 2 videos in the last 4 weeks, and I do apologize for that, friends. It has been busy, not saying that's a bad thing, but I miss getting out here and in nature and just relaxing, and I miss bringing y'all with me. I'm certainly glad to get out here, but that's why I wanted to take this weekend to get an established site out here because like I said in my last video, just with school starting and work's busy right now, I got to still be able to get out here for my own well-being. I got to get you guys out with me. Having a close spot to home like this will allow me to have a much better chance on getting a video out every week for y'all. I'm not saying I'm going to be here every week, but the weeks that are very busy for me, instead of just not posting a video, like what's happened over the last month, I'll be able to sneak out here. Like I say, it's super close to home. And in many ways, I like adventuring here on the home farm. I guess I wouldn't say better, but I like this just as much as being out somewhere exploring something for the first time. What I like about this, I don't feel rushed. I don't feel rushed to see what I need to see. I'm just relaxing. All right, friends, so what I got here is a ribeye steak, and we're gonna get this thing prepped for the fire. Let me get a plate out. America! Now with any meat, I smell it. Make sure it doesn't smell like it's bad. We're gonna salt and pepper it. You know me, I love to salt them. Can't get too much. All right, we'll let that sit and warm up a little bit before we put her on the fire. So I just got a little cast iron grill grate so I can, lay it like that. I actually went to get a tripod today at the Walmart, but they didn't have one. All right. And we got some loaded potato salad from the Walmarts. Let's give it a try. Ooh, that steak. Oh, I haven't tried it yet, but I got a little juice on the fork there. Oofta, that was good. This loaded potato salad's good too. Potato salad with tons of cheese in it. Little bits of bacon, sour cream. Sadly, it feels like I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold, friends. We're a good ways into the school year now, but that's pretty typical. Once the kids start school, we start getting sick. Not a single illness all summer. As soon as they start school, though. That's good. That's so good. There's something about getting out here in the woods, eating a hunk of meat. Does good for the soul. Only a small portion of this was overdone. Otherwise, it's real nice and tender. Oh, thought I heard something. I did. It was, so we actually have, I don't know if it's the same pair or if it's a few different pairs of pileated woodpeckers that live on my dad's property here. I see them every year hunting. I understand birds only live so long, but there is, I would say, a reproducing population of pileated woodpeckers on my dad's property, which is pretty cool because I think they're endangered or getting rare to see, something like that. Just giant, beautiful woodpeckers. But we see them all the time, and I just heard one making noise. It's hard to tell in the camera, friends, but this drops off down into a big holler or bowl. It's not really a valley because it's more of a bowl shape, I guess. I got some bad news. I didn't know if I was going to say anything yet, but I don't know. Some of you OG subscribers probably know Nigel. He's my dog. He's 9 years old, roughly. He's came with me in some of my past videos. He's just my right-hand man, my co-pilot, has been for a long time. I've been through a lot of stuff, a lot of not-so-good stuff, and he's always been right there, right by my side. But unfortunately, this last week, he's been showing, just been acting kind of different with his potty breaks and stuff like that. So took him in, and he was diagnosed with stage 2 lymphoma, unfortunately, and they gave him 4 to 6 weeks left to live. So that's been kind of hitting me pretty hard this last week, but we're giving him the best possible life he can have. As far as we can tell, he's not in any pain right now, or yet. I won't let him suffer, though, so I'll promise you guys that. Right now, he's not suffering. He's just peeing a lot. Drinking and peeing a lot. We got him on prednisone, which makes him drink and pee even more than the cancer's making him drink and pee. And there is the option of chemotherapy, but I'm not rich, unfortunately. And the prognosis is still the same. He just might last a few more months with chemotherapy, and I just can't afford that. I don't want to put him through that. So we got him on prednisone. Oh, we're also mixing the prednisone with a bunch of homeopathic stuff, and I ain't going to get into what exactly all that is. You can look up your own stuff if you're curious about that, but I'm not a vet, and I'm not going to say all that stuff on here. Well, friends, I've just been sitting here next to the fire, sat in the hammock for a little bit. I was actually laying in the hammock when, as you can see, it's pretty dark at this point. But I heard that possum scurrying around in the leaves for a while, but then it kind of picked its pace up, and I could hear it moving from kind of behind me all the way to the side of me. So I jumped up quick and got my flashlight. And I did hear something, kind of like snarl, that was behind where I heard the rustling. So I wonder if a coyote or raccoon or something was chasing that thing. I do have a trail camera right on this road. I mean, I'm talking 50 yards behind where the truck's parked. And I did get a bobcat or lynx coming, kind of strutting right down the road this little woods road that the truck's parked on. So if I still got that picture, I'll throw that up now. Pretty cool to see stuff like that, but I wouldn't want to be snuck up on by one of them when I'm laying in the hammock or something, because I don't think you could get out of a hammock real quick if you needed to. Most things in the woods here are 20 times more scared of us humans than we ever would be of them anyways. So I'm probably going to head in and hit the hay, friends, but I will catch back up with you in the morning and see what we can get into. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning, friends. That was not a great night of sleep. Mainly just because my back. I just had a bad night for my back. Let's see here. Alright, friends. So, yesterday when I left, I just made some overnight oats, which is just oats, flaxseed, chia seed, a little bit of maple syrup, and a little bit of cinnamon. And it turns out really good. It's currently 55 degrees outside, 73 in here. I do have the diesel heater running, and the way I set it up, so when all I had was a truck topper, the diesel heater was a self-contained unit inside the truck topper. And that fuel pump clicking was pretty loud. I got used to it. Some people just can't get used to it, but I got it set up now to where the fuel pump's actually outside of the camper. So I can still hear it. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but it's very quiet. The diesel heater's set up pretty good on this camper. It's 55 degrees out now. It got down to around 40 last night, which is not really cold enough to need a diesel heater, but I have diesel. I have my power station. Why not turn it on? I don't have it on all night. I basically just turn it on when I go to bed. Once I'm in my sleeping bag all warm, I turn it off, and then I turn it back on before I get out of my sleeping bag, so it's nice and warm. We kind of had a little warm-up spell here in southwest Wisconsin, and there's like some species of fly, kind of looks like a housefly, but it's a little bit bigger, that just exploded. They're all over the camper. They're flying all over. Like last night, there was none. Wake up this morning, it's warmed up a little bit, and it's like, I don't even know where they're coming from. I don't think they can get in. I got it pretty sealed up. But, I don't know, they're all over. All right, friends, so that's where that possum ran into last night. Just underneath that little root system. All right, friends, we got the camper closed down and latched. Actually, when I was going down to check out where I thought maybe that possum was living, I found another pretty cool thing. There's a tree that happened to be where a washout formed, and you can see it's a lot of its root structure, and it's just kind of hanging in the air. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to take you down and show you. This is actually really steep right here, and the leaves are making it extremely slippery. Look at that, friends. So that tree is dead. I might actually, that'd be a really cool root system to cut out. Like cut it up here and then cut all around the outside and have an intact root system to, I don't know, set up somewhere. Well, friends, I think we're getting off to a good start with this campsite. Maybe cut out them roots and put them right there. Just have a really cool hangout spot for y'all and myself and the family to come to. All right, friends, well, that was a great time. We got a really good start to our permanent campsite on my dad's property on the north side. I'll be looking forward to the comments to see if anyone's got any good suggestions for a name for this campsite. It might end up being where it's just called the Northside Campsite. I don't know. There's plenty of wood to cut up around here, and I foresee y'all and I having a lot of good times at this campsite. Let me know if any of y'all got any good suggestions for other things I can do at this campsite, as far as maybe setting up something or making a table, or who knows, the possibilities that we could do out here are endless. So let me know in the comments what y'all think would be some fun projects out here. As always, to the military men and women, past, present, future, thank you for my freedom. Thank you for your service, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye, friends.